Everybody, Cynthia here. I'm back to share another video for my tags, bags, boxes, and bows series. I know I haven't done one in a while, so I wanted to share with you. Last year, a friend of mine gifted me these like bakery bags that you get that you could put like cookies and things like that in. And I decorated them. I put them, if you could see the embossing. Sorry. Might be a little wonky there. I embossed them, and I had all this ephemera in my stash, and I made flowers, put hearts here, a doily here, and I just decorated all of these bags up. And I showed these last year, what I did. Well, I ran out of these bags, and I wanted to make smaller bags, and I'll show you what for. And I decided, you know what, I want to keep it inexpensive, so I didn't want to use cardstock. So I fooled around with computer copy paper, which is very inexpensive. And I'll show you how to create two different sizes. I wanted one a little bit smaller than this bag here, so I made this size. And I layered on a doily from the Dollar Tree, and then I have these in my stash. These are confetti that you can actually get from, let me pull it out, Valentine confetti. And I picked this up, there's 24 pieces in it for 98 cents at Walmart. So I found those. I was really, really happy. So I made this size. This size measures, let me measure it really quick, 5 by, I cut it down to about 6.5, but you can get a taller bag out of it, and I'll show you in a little bit. But I ran it through my embossing folder. This is, let me show you, the Spellbinders, and it has smaller hearts on this side, and then you can emboss it with the larger hearts on this side. So I used that, and then I used some ephemera I had in my stash, and then I used some scrap ribbon, and I made a bow down here. And that's another thing, you can use all kinds of different scrap pieces of paper. This was a scrap piece of ribbon that I would have normally thrown away, but because I make these bags, these little treat bags, I like to save my scrap pieces for this reason. Also, if you don't want to make treat bags to like send things in, you can make a bunch of these bags up and then get the clear cellophane bags and put them in and gift them to somebody. You know, make yourself a bag topper and just send them in a gift, like if you have your swaps or your Happy Mail. So you don't necessarily have to make these to give away things, but inside here I tucked in some tissue paper and some of these Russell Stover itty bitty hearts, and that's what fit in this bag here. And then the two smaller bags, which you can see, decorated with some scrap ribbon, made a little bow from another ribbon piece, and then I added a heart doily behind the Dollar Tree stickers that I used here. And then I have this other cute one. I used a heart doily in the back, and I did run these through my embossing folder. And I used a scrap piece that had love on it. And I used some of that confetti and a Dollar Tree frog. And these are those Dollar Tree puffy hearts they had last year. And then inside I made these last year too. They're clothespins that I stamped on all of them, and I colored them in with my jelly roll pens, and I kind of glittered them up. I have a glitter jelly roll pen that I used, and then I used Mod Podge over it to seal them up, or you could spray them with clear acrylic sealer. So that's why I wanted the small bags, because I wanted a little treat bag that I could gift these in. And you can get two of these smaller bags. I'll put that back in later. But you can get 2 of these smaller treat bags from 1 sheet of this. So without wasting any more time, set these bags aside and we will get started. Let's make the larger one first. And this one you don't have to do any cutting in the beginning. So let's just set my cutter aside and line it up. This is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of computer paper, and we're going to score at the 5-inch mark and then score it again at 10-inch, and then you're going to flip it, and when you line it up it'll be 8.5 inches over here. You want to score it at 7.5 inches. Okay, put our scoreboard aside and fold up our score lines. This leaves you with a 1-inch flap, but it's kind of nice because you don't have to really cut your paper. Just use the 1-inch flap is fine. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to cut off this little square you have here. And then come over here and follow this score line straight across to meet up with the next score line. And follow this score line up and cut this piece off. So you should have something that looks like that. And then we're going to use our little tape runner here. I'm going to fold my flaps in when I do this. So let's fold the bottom flap up, and I put tape on the outside, or the bottom of the flap and the top part of the flap. And then I fold this flap in. And I'm going to do the same thing. Run my tape runner on the outside of that flap and again on the inside, and then I'm just going to fold this piece over, and it is that simple. You could put the flaps on the outside, but I like the flaps to be on the inside, and then you don't have to see that. And then I just took my paper pinking shears. Now this one, if you don't cut it right now, measures 5 inches across by 7.5 inches high, which is a really nice size treat bag. But I'm going to cut off about 1/2 inch across with my pinking shears. Just give it kind of a decorative edge, and then I'll go ahead and decorate. I'll run it through my embossing folder and decorate it up. Okay, so that's the large one. Now we're going to go ahead and get our cutter out and make the smaller ones. And we're pretty much going to make them the same way. But you get 2 out of one of these sheets of 8.5 by 11. So you want to line it up with it going across 11 inches into your cutter and cut it at the 5.5 inch mark so that it gives you 2 of the same exact size. And get out your scoreboard. Okay. You're going to line it up at 5.5 inches, and you're going to score at 5 inches. Okay, and then flip it around and line it up where it's 8.5 inches long, and you're going to score that at 8 inches and 4 inches. Kind of did that backwards, so I'm going to set that aside and we'll do this again. Line it up at the 5.5 inch mark and score at 5 inches, and then flip it. Line it up where it's 8.5 inches over here, and score at the 4-inch mark, and then again at the 8-inch mark. And you're going to build these the same exact way we just built. I'm sorry if you heard that banging. The same exact way we just built the bigger or larger bag. Okay, fold them up your score lines. Get my scissors. We're going to cut off that little square piece. And we're going to cut off this piece here. Go all the way across to meet up that first score line. Okay. Then we're going to fold the bottom piece up. Add some adhesive. Fold the next flap in and add adhesive to that all the way from the bottom to the top, and then you're just going to fold this piece over to close up your bag. And that's it. It's ready to be decorated, and I'm just going to make a decorative edge on the top opening of my bag, my little treat bag, and that's it. Very inexpensive, and you now have the capability of making 2 of these. Sorry, couldn't get it open. So you can either get 2 of this size, and this size, once it's put together, measures 4 inches across and 5 inches high. I just cut a little bit off of that. This measures just below 5 inches once you cut it, but if you don't cut it, it measures 5 high, 4 inches across, and they're ready for decorating. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, let me know. I hope that was, I hope I made that relatively easy for you, and you guys take care. Have a lot of fun creating yours. Thanks for watching.